Yay Media Group.
Before we start, can you guys both harmonize?
Harmonize?
And sing, and do the happy birthday.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
Ready? You guys have to find the same note.
Spill the Beans podcast.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday.
No, try.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy.
Do it for real. Do it for real.
Okay. Happy birthday. Go.
All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to another Spill the Beans podcast.
Hold on one second. Anyways, guys, no cuts, no edits, raw and real. Birthday podcast. Let's go.
We are back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in yet again. The whole intro was because today is Wednesday, June 11th. It is my birthday, and you know what? We're recording today. I feel like it's a tradition. We always have a birthday special for me for some reason.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ever since
Why?
Sherman, ever since the apartment, actually.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
We always record on my birthday.
And of course, you know, we have a special guest. We have our guest singer and guest speaker, Jimena.
Hi, guys.
A lot of people ask me why I call her Jimmy or Jimmy Johns, because I posted thank you Jimmy Johns today. And it's because her name's Jimena. And then I call her Jime and then Jim. But I call her Jim came from, because in Spain you pronounce like shaggy, like you pronounce the X like.
Oh yeah.
So kind of like Jota, but anyway, so like I got Javi? Jim and then Jimmy Johns and yeah.
Okay, now I get it. So Jimmy Johns.
Oh, G-Mena. Sometimes I call her G-Mena. There we go.
With the W and H at the end.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, guys, we are here to
Talk
celebrate
louder,
Jonathan's birthday, 27 years of age. How do you feel, honey?
Damn, guys, I feel old. Like low key, I always thought like, why can't old people jump or why can't old people run? You know,
babe,
like,
old 27 isn't old, babe.
But like, hold on, let me get there. Like, it's like, why? Like, when does the body start getting like? What do you mean a 30-year-old can't run as fast as a 20-year-old? Like, why? You know, like you're still. But no, I get it. Like, I can't do certain things. Like the other day we were watching the Sonic movie. Do you remember when the bald guy dances? And it's like, have you seen when in the Russian culture when they dance and they like they put their arms like this and then they like
kick?
Squat,
kick. Oh yeah.
And it's like I could never do that like right now. But the actor in the movie looked like he was at least 40.
But you can dance in general.
Okay, not like that. That's crazy.
And you've never been able to do that, period, right?
Yeah, I feel like if I could do that.
Honey,
like back in high school, I could try that.
Okay.
You know? But right now, I would just dislocate my ankle. First try.
Well, first of all, you're not old, honey. You're almost 30, dirty 30 and thriving.
Just put me down at this point.
And we're going to do a big trip. But yeah, 27 is crazy, guys. 3 years till we're 30, which is insane. And it's the birthday special today. We just, had breakfast with my family, gave him his little presents.
And then we'll see my family later. Mm-hmm. But right now, we wanted to do a little recap of Disney. Are we still doing that?
Yeah.
And then asking questions.
I'm going to interview them real quick.
Yeah. So we just want to start off with a Disney recap because I know that a lot of you guys wanted us to talk about our road trip and like going to Disney and how much we spent. And although we didn't do the math, we can give you kind of a rough estimate depending on how much you're willing to budget out for a Disney trip. But keep in mind, we drove there because we needed to drive there. So I guess it was cheaper than flying, right?
Yeah.
It was, or maybe around the same.
How much do you think flying would have been?
Because I think our flights were 1,200.
No way.
When I booked them last year.
So it was more expensive to drive because gas.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
but, como alguien dijo, we didn't have to rent a car there.
Yeah. So,
it
would have been more expensive.
Yeah.
Because we would have bought the flights and then rented a car.
Yeah.
So
Or
yeah,
Ubered
I mean, yeah, it wasn't that bad, I would say, but I feel like going to Disney is already expensive if you don't live in California. But yeah, we went on a freaking 16-hour road trip, guys. Would we recommend? Yeah, I feel like
yeah, it was fun. Like a once a year type of thing.
yeah, and plus the kids, like, mind you, it wasn't because the kids were going crazy. It was just because it's a long, long time in the car and you have to drive at night. Like, there's just no way you can skip over that, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, what would you say, Jim? Well, you slept the whole way, so I don't think that you even have a say.
Nah, Magali slept the whole way, bro. Jimena was at least up with Franco here and there, but Magali just slept.
Yeah.
You and Magali.
Me? Heck no.
Straight up expensive.
Yeah, Magali literally slept the whole way. I tried to sleep when I could, but with Belen, it wasn't as possible.
My mom.
My mom would really doze in and out of sleep.
On the way back, because she sat in the back.
Yeah.
But when on the way there, nah, she was up with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, towards like after 8, she started kind of dozing here and there. But it was nice, guys. Honestly, it wasn't that bad, and I feel like we had a good companionship. You know, we all get along. We all had snacks. Everything was pretty good on the road trip there. And do you want to go ahead and tell them how much we spent?
Yeah, the Suburban was $1,100, so $1,100, and then plus gas. I would say just on the road trip, I spent probably like $300 there and back, so $150 each way. And then plus the gas, I probably had to fill up once in California, just driving everywhere. So I would say on the rental, maybe like $1,400 all together plus the gas. And then
wasn't it $800 for the rental?
Well, it's a $300
deposit. Yeah, but you get that back.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it was like $796.
Yeah. Like that was actually $796, but they put a hold on your card.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For $1,100.
I'm going based off of like what was withdrawn that time I put the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, so way cheaper. Yeah. If I did get my $300 back, then yeah, like $1,100 for everything. So way cheaper.
Yeah, and then our Airbnb was around $1,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we usually stay around Anaheim, which is really nice, but I guess it's like widely known that their toilet water pressure isn't very good, so it's kind of stressful to shower and go to the bathroom in Anaheim. So this time we stayed in
or take big shits, and since we knew Jimena and me were gonna be in the same
and Franco, because Franco be blowing it up, girl.
We're like, nah, like imagine me, Jimena, and Franco pooping on the same at the same time, like that's gonna get stuck and go back up, you know, and flood the house.
So this time we stayed in, what is it called, Roland Heights?
That was horrible, babe. When we went with Lisa and me, like I couldn't poop because I knew it wouldn't flush.
So you just didn't poop?
No,
that's terrible. You just gotta flush it a few times here and there.
No, it would stay, and there's no plunger. Even with the pee, sometimes they would just like stay there, like it would just circle.
No. Well, anyways, where did we stay? Roland Heights? No.
Roland Heights. Yeah.
Roland Heights.
West Covina area.
Which was like around 30 minutes away from Disney, 27. And it was really, it was an all right Airbnb. Not to what we're used to. We can't compare it because it's obviously not in Anaheim. But it was nice. I think it was around $1,500 to $1,600 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath Airbnb. And honestly,
I didn't like it.
Why?
Because el chinito era bien codo.
So,
yeah, go ahead. No, so basically, guys, Roland Heights is like
just spill the beans.
It's we're spilling the tea right here. You know, no shade towards any certain cultures. You know, I'm just going off like Mexicans. We love beans. It's just a stereotype, right? So, like the area, it was very heavy Asian community. Like even the McDonald's was in like how do you say it? Chinese letters. So then the Airbnb, it belonged to un chinito or like a familia, and the toilet paper was the thinnest toilet paper of my entire life. Like sometimes it would rip and my fingers, like I would have to clean myself with my fingers.
Ew, babe. Shut up. No, guys, let me just tell you, like, the reason that we even want to speak up about that is because we go to California a lot, so we stay in a lot of Airbnbs, and we've never ran into this problem before until we stayed here. And we have a lot of experience with that too, because I mean, I don't even know how to say it. We've just experienced like them being.
Why are you scared?
Like, a bang for their buck is what they are.
Just.
Which I guess it's good because they save money, but for guest staying is not, because guys, the freaking hand soaps were watered down.
Yeah, like it was
there
water.
was no soap, it was water and bubbles. First of all, the napkins también, they were super thin. The toilet paper was super thin. There was only a certain amount, and I literally had to message them like, "Hey, can you please do this and this and that?" And then at every Airbnb we stay at, they always have salt, pepper, and maple syrup available. They had nothing.
Nothing in the drawers. Nothing.
And I was like, okay.
And then the bed, like we wanted to move the bed to the esquina, right? So the kids, they don't fall off and stuff. Yeah. We sleep better.
Oh no,
the bed was literally on like, hagan de cuenta, era el frame y estaba arriba, not bolted, not nothing.
No.
Just on top of the legs. Like, nomás hay como, if you move the bed even, which we did, so like 5 patas se cayeron and the whole bottom of the bed was, so I was like, haz de cuenta you're sleeping on a downhill.
Yeah. So yeah, everything was very, very cheap. And again, we're not bashing anybody. We understand like sometimes you just want to make more money, right? But when you have guests coming in, you obviously want them to have a nice stay, right? And it was just like a bunch of things that we wish we would have had more of. But yeah,
there was a lizard inside the living room.
And that's another thing, guys. Oh my God, I don't even know if it's just the way that my mom raised us, but she's very particular about how we clean. And obviously you think that these Airbnbs hire cleaners, right, after every single guest. They don't, because everything was dirty. There was a freaking lizard that thankfully took it out. And when we moved what was it called? Like, it was like a side table.
Night table.
We moved it and there were so many dead spiders under there and spider webs next to the lizard. So I'm like, when you come clean, like you obviously have to move around and clean, no.
I feel like they do the cleaning themselves para ahorrarse el dinero, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that was just kind of a bad take on our Airbnb experience, just because we do have experience going often. But other than that, I mean, what else can we say about the Airbnb? It was all right. Except the front lawn. Do you remember the long ass grass? Even the girl that came to drop off my baby equip order, she's like, I've never seen an Airbnb with the grass not kept. And I'm like, me neither, baby. But it's there. So yeah, and then Disney tickets are an arm and a leg already. They're like, what, 100?
You have to sell your soul.
Literally, it's like 105. No, 130?
Yeah, and then what's this whole genie bullshit?
No.
Like,
don't
why?
even get me started.
Like, the first time we went to Disney, it was still normal, right? Express.
It was Genie.
The first time we got on the credit coaster.
Yeah, in credit coaster.
Not Genie. It was just like a fast lightning lane and the not lightning pass or whatever it's called. And then you could get in the lightning and then it would be shorter. Now you got to, then the second time we went, it's the Genie. Like, you have to reserve the time, and then you can't reserve more than one ride at the same time.
You have to reserve the second one after the first one.
And then you can't do it until the day of. So it's not like you can prepare the whole night and do it the night before.
And then, so with the lightning pass, the lightning lane this time, we got it so we could get on all the big rides. We buy the lightning lane for every single ticket. And when we go, none of the freaking big rides offer a lightning lane. Oh, it's closed. Currently closed. I'm like, girl, so I just spent how much money for nothing? It was like $180. And yeah, honestly, aside from all of that, it was kind of nice. I mean, taking my family to Disney for the first time in the magic, you can never compare it, And I don't know. What did you think about Disney?
Honestly, Jimena, be honest, because I feel like the whole time, I'm going to spill some tea. I feel like it's when you try to show your friend a funny TikTok and then you're waiting for them to laugh and they never laugh. That's what, because we're Disney
That's what
adults.
I was giving?
You guys were giving, you three, your mom, Magali and Jimena were giving like, oh, this is nice, but like damn, why you guys love it so much type of vibe, Be honest.
Wait, before we start, my mom is just like, she was suppressing her emotions a lot. Like, she wouldn't cry the entire time.
No, you're just covering for your mom.
Nah, babe. You know that. She could literally hold me back tears.
Well, I like Disney, but I feel like it would be funner if I were to go, like, just us alone, like, with no kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that I was getting irritated by. Because we couldn't do a lot of stuff.
Like, you can't get places fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just that. But I had fun.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everybody had fun. It's just like my family doesn't know how to show emotions. And I could tell my mom was super emotional, but she couldn't show it, you know? Because she's a strong woman or whatever. And you know it too. Don't be freaking lying. Why are you lying?
Because I feel like your mom when I bought the truck, when we take her somewhere like a new restaurant, like La Mariposa, she hasn't like, she's been very vocal like that. No, hombre, el restaurante ayer estaba bien padre. I haven't heard her say one thing about Disney like after, like, oh my God, ¿se acuerdan que los cohetes? ¿Se acuerdan que cuando nos subimos ahí? Like,
it's I feel like that's
she just told that to me and Magali though.
Yeah, but it's like a very touchy subject for my mom too, because I feel like anytime she thinks about it, she wants to cry. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Men today face an immense amount of pressure to perform, to provide, to keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men suffer from depression every year in the United States, and it goes undiagnosed.
It's okay to struggle. Real strength comes from opening up about what you're carrying and doing something about it so you can be your best for yourself and everyone in your life.
If you're a man and you're feeling the weight of the world, talk to someone. A friend, a loved one, a therapist.
I choose therapy because it's nice to open up to someone once a week and keep maintenance on my mental health.
And therapy is helping me in my life by giving me new ways to handle my stress. With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally.
It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time.
Talk it out with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/spillthebeans today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/spillthebeans. Or like anytime when she was watching the fireworks, she wanted to cry and she just kept going like, you know, like kind of tragándose sus emociones. And then when literally on all the rides we got, she was like super like glossy eyed, you know, she just couldn't express it. And I feel like my mom doesn't really like to cry in front of us. Sometimes she does, but like she has to be really, really sad. And I feel like that's what it was this time around. It was like she was suppressing her emotions so that she didn't want to, she was about to start bawling, you know. It was just like her inner child too, kind of healing. Because she's like, I don't know, she never had that when she was little. And my sisters, well, they don't show any emotion, period.
I feel like she also had a little bit of guilt in her. Like, I could feel like maybe she wanted her like whole family there, like her mom, but also like maybe like Joe, you know, like he never still hasn't experienced that, and he was a little kid once, so maybe next time we can do an RV and take everyone.
Like sentimientos encontrados, you know,
because imagine
a battle
let's say we go in 20 years, right, and Belen and her husband take us and Franco still hasn't gone. Wouldn't you feel sad? I would feel sad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she was happy, but she was sad, but she was emotional, but she was like all of the above. So she didn't know how to express that. But it was really nice. She cried a little bit. Like I could see her tearing up, but she didn't like let it out. But yeah, it was really nice. I had a lot of fun and it was worth it 1,000%. But that just makes us excited to like travel other places too, because my mom's a very big fan of like nature stuff too, and like big pretty scenery, so she loves to go and she wants to go to Utah and like all those places. So.
No, and then I think our kids are only getting older, so I feel like when Belen is like 5 and Franco's 7, then like we can go again, and then the girls like they experience it like if they're going with friends instead of like kids, like little kids, you know. Like, oh, Franco, vamos a correr, let's get on this one. And then he can actually run with you and get on and do stuff. And you're not taking care of a little ass kid no more, you know?
Yeah. But nonetheless, I feel like it was a fun experience. Huh?
Yeah, it was fun.
Like the road trip in Disney in California and like Santa Monica and all of that. It was all such a good experience.
I think I want to make it like a once a year with the whole family, you know?
Yeah.
Guys, I think I'm gonna move to Santa Monica.
Shut your mouth.
For what?
Wait, talk closer to the...
I'm gonna move to Santa Monica.
Yeah, I can see him being the one to move out. Like away.
But I'm not gonna stay over there forever. I want to stay here, like in Colorado, in Longmont, to live with you guys. You guys are gonna live with me?
No.
Then yeah, I'm gonna just stay here. But I'm gonna move after I graduated.
Jimena was catching a vibe at Santa Monica, guys. My mom and I and Magali and Jonathan, right? We were all kind of like, what did we just walk into? Because there were so many people. We saw the craziest things, guys. Like some people were tweaking. I'm not kidding. They were
in
tweaking.
front of the guy preaching
in
about
front
Jesus.
of the and then there were people doing drugs in front of us, and there were so many kids and so many families, and like it was just packed to the max. And my mom, Magali, and I and Jonathan were like, oh, all right, let's head out. And he was like, whoa, this is cool. Like I could see myself.
GTA, guys.
It's just like I can see myself living here and having friends and be like, hey, let's go to Santa Monica every weekend. I'm like, girl,
I was catching a vibe too.
I was not catching.
For the first time ever, I think in the history of ever, did your mom and you want to leave a place faster than me? Because I hate going to like things like that, like randomly, like, oh shit, let's just go to, but like I already knew what it was. I already knew what I was getting myself into. So I was being patient because I was like, I want my suegra and the girls to like, really, I don't want them to feel rushed because of me. So when your mom was like, ya vámonos, I was like, oh damn, for real.
Mom started saying, ya vámonos as soon as we got there.
Me too. And it's also because we were starving.
No, and the kids.
And the kids.
Your mom
and
gets stressed.
It started getting really cold because it's like right by the beach. But it was, Jimena was catching a vibe at Santa Monica. She's like, well, I can be my soulmate here.
Yeah.
It was hella fine shit.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't think I saw one fine shit there, but whatever. But yeah, guys. And then we went to Porto's, had to do a Porto stop. We brought, oh my God, can we tell them this? We brought back like 6 boxes of Porto's Besitos cookies, and the dogs ate 3 boxes.
How are the dogs not dead?
How are the dogs not dead?
No, but for real, like sometimes les echamos the food they eat every single day, and we wake up to throw up, or they go outside and they have diarrhea. Eats 3 boxes of Porto's chocolate dulce de leche. Not one sign of them being sick, anything. Because right away, if we notice like Ozo or whatever, vet, but nothing at all. Not one like. I would have even accepted like diarrhea or vomit in the house. I'd be like, okay, you ate 3 boxes of chocolate, like de la paso, but nothing.
And I was so upset because I was like, damn, I really brought these all the way from California and you ate them.
But maybe it's their hair. Ever since we cut their hair, they've been better. Long hair is like Franco when you stand up his hair.
For
becomes
real.
A crackhead.
They're little rebels.
But what I wanted to ask you guys on the podcast so you can comment, people that live in Cali, specifically like around Disney, like, for example, here in Colorado, growing up as a teenager, you kind of, especially like in a small town like this, the weekends, let's go to Flatirons Mall. That's basically it. Or let's go eat at B-Dubs. That's basically it. But I feel like when you're a Cali kid, like I feel like the whole rest of the country is jealous of 2 people growing up. Cali kids and New York kids, because they look like they have a cool life too, like going down like, the Big Apple and all the skyscrapers and shit in New
subway.
York. The subway. So in Cali, like, you like obviously if your parents can afford it, or let's say you work a little hamburger joint or a small little job, you can afford your ticket every once in a while. For you guys, is like the vibe was like, hey, our group of friends from high school, let's go to Disney or California this weekend. Like that's such a vibe. Like being able to say like, hey mom, I'm going to California adventure with my friend, like we'll be right back. And I feel like that's what Jimena would thrive in. Yeah, going out with her friends to something like that, because
to
then
the beach, Santa Monica, Venice. Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
Guys, I'm gonna be out there one day. And y'all will see me.
Maybe for your graduation present.
You will see me, but there will be signs.
You know what we can do? What? I'm already speaking like if you want it. For your graduation present, if you're still friends with like your best friends, I'll sponsor a trip out there for you guys. Like by themselves. Yeah.
Dang.
I think that would be cool. I just want, like, for me, traveling was never a priority because we couldn't.
We didn't know nothing about traveling.
But I love when people travel and then they me lo cuentan, I'm okay. I don't really want to go, but like, I love when, Yadira and your friends talk to us about Japan. And I'm like, I love asking questions. What I want, like if you told me, hey, flight right now to Japan tomorrow, I'd probably think about it, clear my schedule. I'm not really that big into it, but I love when people me cuentan de their trip. So I would want to do that for Jimena and be like, how was your girl's trip? Like, you guys almost got kidnapped. Yeah, that was fun. Like, and then we went to Disney. Like, it was fun. We ate this food. And then, you know what I mean? think that's
They're
cool.
gonna eat McDonald's every day, low-key.
Anyways, what are we time? We should be hopping into the questions.
guys, let's hop into a little interview that Jimena wanted to conduct on us today. What do you want to start at with? Wait, do you have any questions of your own?
I don't have any questions of my own, but I've seen some questions that I want to ask.
Oh,
Okay.
no. All right, let's
So
go.
I'm just gonna like interview you guys.
But you have to talk into the mic, please.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys this. Use one word to describe my personality.
Yours? Oh my God. One word?
I don't know why to me like goth, but you're not goth. Like goth and like
Emo.
yeah, you're like different. You're the black sheep of the family, but like not in a bad way. Like
I don't know what that is.
black sheep, like you're different. Like all the sheep
You're
are
different.
white.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
different.
the black sheep, you know? Like you're not afraid to like listen to different music, put a song on different stuff. Like you be yourself.
Yeah, I feel
you
like
know?
you're crazy, low key.
Like I feel like your mom
Well,
and
do you
Jalissa are
think
very
I'm better now.
Well, yeah, you're more mature now. But growing up, cheers, Louise, girl. Jimena actually scared me growing up, girl. Like, bad. But yeah, I would say crazy. Just because everything, like,
Crazy and
you're kind of like a tornado vibe over here, you know? Like, there's something going on all the time. I don't know what to expect from you. You're going to be nice, mean, mad, happy.
no, my
But
at
your
least the
vibe.
number one.
or back then.
I think right now, sometimes.
Oh, that would look be Magali.
No, Miley scares me because she's always in a bad mood. And she has she has a low
Magali's
temper.
always
Miley's
in a
actually
bad mood now.
like Miley isn't as crazy as you were growing up, but she's like I don't
More
know.
emotional.
No,
Like you're nice when you're home, and you don't have any like you're not mad. You're nice. Magali's just not mad or nice. Like she's just there, like right now because I think she's going through life and like she's maturing. She's becoming a woman.
She just scares
Yeah.
me, honestly. Like you can't say nothing. It's like walking on eggshells with her, low key vibes. But she's cool.
Okay, next.
All right, you can't take this long, girl. Just scroll and pick. Scroll and pick.
What are your icks about me?
My ex.
You guys.
About you?
I didn't do that.
What do you do?
One of the icks that I get from you is sometimes you genuinely like you're good, you're doing good, right? You're being mature, you te estás portando bien, but then you just say something like super stupid, like or dumb, immature that I'm like, oh my god, like nah, like.
Oh, my ick about you? Maybe not now because I guess I haven't interviewed you in a while. But like when I used to like be like, Jimena, well, what are you gonna do? And you'd be like, oh. And I was like, what are you gonna do if this doesn't work out or something? Or what are your plans for your future? And you're like, well, I'm gonna be an nail tech. And I'm like, okay, and if that doesn't work out, well then I'm just gonna, what did you say? Be a stripper?
Oh.
I'm like that is my ick about you. Like your future thoughts about yourself. But I was like, I don't know, maybe that'll change as she matures, girl. But do you still think about that?
Yeah, I do.
Being a stripper?
Yeah. Well, if nothing works out, what?
Well, you're gonna be the brokest stripper in the world.
Aye. That scares me. That's why I say that she scares me. Both my sisters scare me.
Nice. What's your favorite memory of me?
Like, period?
Period.
I think when you like to sing in front of us. When you would perform all the Disney songs in front of us. Because after that, not anymore. But back then, I feel like right before you went into middle school, you were cool, right? Like you were super confident and like would sing in front of everybody and like I don't know, cool girl. And then middle school came and you were scary, crazy. And then now you're like getting better. So now it's like my favorite memories with you are like all the time because you're just funny and you hang out and talk. But I think, yeah, back then it was just singing. Because now she sings, but not in front of us, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys haven't heard me sing in a long time.
All
I
right.
hear you sing every single day,
No,
bro.
not like good singing. Like
Yeah.
I'm putting myself to and stuff.
Okay, you be putting yourself to
What's
it.
your favorite memory?
I can't really pick one. Cause yeah, like I feel like just like when you're nice to the kids, you know, when you treat the kids like I low key like when you guys defend them from myself. even though I'm the person that most loves them in the world, you still defend them from me, you know? Like, los quiero regañar or algo. And you put yourself in harm's way for them.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite memory.
It's because those are my babies. Okay, ready? What's your favorite sister? Who's your favorite sister?
I don't have one. Like, you guys have your days. One day I'm vibing with you. One day I'm vibing with Magali. One day I can't stand any of you. One day I can't stand both of you. I don't have a favorite one. Do you?
Right now it's Jimena. And then if Jimena pisses me off, it goes to Magali.
Yeah, it's like if you ask me today, Jimena, because Magali was pissing me off earlier. It literally
changes so quickly, like from day to day.
Yeah. Like every day I have a favorite sister.
You think it's because girls have periods though?
I don't know.
Because sometimes they're so freaking mean. And I'm like, I asked them.
No, but Magali's crazy mean. And Jimena's just like, if you're mean to her or if you make her feel bad, she's mad. But Magali, like, she catches an attitude right away. And you can't get her out of it, you know? And with Jimena, you just like talk nice and you're like kind of joking and then she starts cracking up again. But Magali's just crazy, girl. But yeah, literally on the day to day, because like even the way that they interact with the kids is so different. Magali is like ride or die for the kids. And Jimena is more like respects our boundaries. So she'll be like, no, Franco, pregúntale a tu mamá, pregúntale a papá. And Magali just lets them do whatever the heck. And then hay que pidan perdón later on, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have one.
Yesterday was Magali because she went to the pool with us. But then today's Jimena because she came to the podcast with us.
So y'all just pick and choose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Daily.
What would you guys do if social media doesn't work out for you guys?
If it doesn't work out?
Yeah.
That's a funny way to put it.
If it doesn't work out, what do you mean?
Like
if it ends up not working out one day?
Like 6 years later,
like
when
off?
is it ever not gonna work out? Like, you know what I mean? Like what a weird.
Like
that's a funny way to put it.
Like all of that just stops.
I would probably be a tax person.
I would be yeah, honestly, I would.
Really? I was messing around.
Well, I feel like I would be what's it called? A specific tax person, like our tax lady. But you have to go to a lot of school for that. So yeah, you know what? We have the food truck and we just go full force, open 3 restaurants.
Full force food truck, yeah.
Yeah. But thankfully, I mean, social media is working out amazingly right now. So
you guys would stay on that job forever if it never...
I plan to be on social media till I'm 80, girl. Even if it's just a hobby. Like, say one day I fall off, like, I'm still be making my videos, you know?
Yeah.
I'll still be vlogging.
Still post with your, like, 300 likes?
I used to post with 0 views, 0 likes.
Okay. What would you guys do if me or Magali dropped out of school or got pregnant?
Oh, hell nah. I would be pissed.
Bro, I feel like Yuli would low-key slap me.
I would beat you. If you dropped out of school, I don't know.
School to me doesn't matter. The pregnancy one's like.
Nah, I feel.
If it was
both.
like a one-night stand or you have had a boyfriend. Because those are.
One-night stand.
Oh,
hell.
You know what? One-night stand.
I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I don't even want to think about what I would do. I would be so mad. Like, I'd be so disappointed, you know? I don't know. I have faith in you guys, though. Like, I feel like you both graduate and not get pregnant in high school. And if you do?
Me lo dan.
So no thoughts on you?
I wouldn't be that mad. Honestly, like, everything happens for a reason. Like, I'm at that point in my millennial boomer age. Like, everything happens for a reason. So, like, I mean, this is not, I don't want to say, like, oh, Jonathan wouldn't get mad. He'd have my back. I can do whatever I want. No, but, like, what are we going to do, you know?
Yeah, I feel like my feelings would get in the way, so I probably would stop talking to you guys for a while.
Really?
I feel like I'm good at knowing how people are deep down in their hearts. And I feel like deep down, you're crazy, but you're not a bad person. So if you were to get pregnant, I would be like, I know she's not you would try to be a good mom, you know, or a little teenage mom or whatever. So I feel like you're just not a shitty person. Like, I can tell, like, people that are mean or whatever deep down in their hearts. So
Yeah,
just
but
wouldn't be
to
that
me, I'd be like, bro, after everything we've been through and you've seen us deal with as a family, and you still couldn't do that. Like, you still couldn't be smarter if you were sexually active in school.
Oh,
or,
yeah. And then I've told you that don't let $50 get in front of you. Like, you know, that's not a reason for you not to buy a plan B.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like there's too many resources right now to get pregnant, to avoid teen pregnancy and to graduate. So don't even be thinking no thoughts, girl, because I'll fight you for real. I'll drag your ass to school, and you know I will, because I used to do that when she was little.
Okay, let's not talk about that one.
You would get mad if they wanted to drop out?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what if they wanted to drop out to like do something?
I don't care. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to graduate high school, girl. Especially right now with your e-credit, friggin'
e-credit,
fail all your classes
iPad
and
online,
pass in 1 month.
Okay. What's the hardest part of being a parent? Like that you're like.
I think the hardest part of being a parent right now, or like just period, is when your kids get sick or like not knowing, you know?
Just that?
Yeah, I feel like that's the hardest part, because everything else, it's like, okay, I can parent today. But if your kids get sick, like you're helpless, you know?
You do?
For me, it's like you were raised a certain way all your life, and all of a sudden, like you have to do the opposite with your kid for them to not turn out.
Like hard?
Yeah, like
breaking
imagine
your
doing
curses.
something all your life a certain way, and all of a sudden you're being told, no, do it differently so you can. And it's true. Like, Julissa's my person. Like, she tells me like, hey, like, we're not gonna do that, or you have to be nice, or you hurt his feelings, go apologize to him. And apologize, that word does not exist in my family, you know. So like doing that is like, whoa, that's kind of weird. It's difficult, even, like, you know, because that part of your family or emotion box you don't have. So you have to do it for the first time. Like, apologize to a little kid. Like, that's crazy, but that's really good, you know. I think that's the hardest part. Not repeating the same cycle. Like, you know?
And it's hard for someone that's actively wanting to do it, because you could have easily been like, no, I'm going to raise him like this because this is how I was raised, and I turned out okay, you know?
Yeah.
I think Yuli was the first person in the whole family to set boundaries. That's why.
Yeah.
She's like,
because I feel like my mom raised us really well, but she had and has no boundaries really.
Yeah, no boundaries.
And with us, it's like, all right, buddy, like it's not gentle parenting to the extreme. It's gentle parenting with boundaries and assertiveness too, which is a lot. Like, you come in a lot with that too.
That
gentle parenting is for gentle kids.
Thankfully, we have gentle kids so far.
I don't know about Belen.
Okay. Okay. Someone said, my boyfriend's little sister barely speaks to me. Tips on improving a relationship between the in-laws?
My boyfriend's little sister?
I think it's just so hard because I don't know. Like, I feel like they end up coming around, you know? Yeah. Depends on how far apart you are. And if they're like super young, their shyness will never let them like talk to you, you know, because they're so shy. But I feel like with time, everything, like with age and time, you just have to be actively trying. Like, I know she's super shy or like she doesn't talk to you, but if you're actively trying, like, hey, this, or hey, do you want to go out to lunch, or hey, do you want to go get your nails done, you know, always try on your side so that when she's older, she like remembers like, oh, she would always try. So like now I can be besties with her, you know?
Yeah, for me, like, try, but not like how you said it. Like, hey, bestie. Like, I feel like
you're a man.
Every person is different. Like, because I feel like, say that would have been me with Jimena and Magali, still like, hi, girls, do you want me to buy you pizza today? Like, they would still be shy. They would be like, yeah, Jonathan, thank you. You know? So, like, but now I'm like, hey, dumbass one, dumbass two, do you want pizza or not? And then, you know, and then that allows them to be.
Slowly got to this point.
No,
babe.
I feel like it was quick, bro. Once you moved in with us.
No, like, I feel like if you move in with your in-laws, that's when like your relationship can get really good, obviously, and you get close. But that's what happened with you guys.
But I feel like it was that niceness, that awkward niceness for a long time. Like,
until they moved in. Like, until we all lived together, it was like, all right, like, this is not going to fly here. We're going to be siblings. We're not going to be no beat around the bush little sugar coaters.
Yeah, I would just try that.
Yeah.
Some kids just resonate more with like how you talk to them.
Yeah,
like,
you have to
at their
just
level.
jump into their world, you know. Talk to them how they're talking, or sácale plática a las cosas que sabes que they're into, you know.
Okay, out of our whole family, like my mom, my dad, Joe, all of us, who do you think is the party pooper?
My dad.
Yeah, your dad.
Yeah, my dad. Well, my dad's just like
my dad out because we already know.
Me.
Jonathan.
No, I'm trying to
Party
catch a vibe, but
pooper.
it's just a different vibe.
I don't know.
It's just different every day. Like he changes his mood, he changes his answers.
I'm just
Yeah.
a
the way
Gemini.
he thinks.
I don't know. Jonathan is.
It's because some days I want to stay home and watch movies all day. Other days I'm like, why don't we
Yeah,
go to
and-
Chinatown and try these dumplings that I saw on
Jonathan
TikTok?
stresses me out. He's like, I just want to stay home and watch movies. I'm like, bro, we have kids. We can't do that.
No, not now. Back then. Back in our funny and eating era. Now Anyways, I would say Magali.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mari don't want to do nothing. No, never. Like we have to drag her out of the house, and the only time she ever goes out is during
With her
birthdays
friends.
and with her friends.
Yeah.
So she really even does that.
Yeah.
You know.
Next,
Okay, next.
just do rapid fire.
How have they impacted your life and in what way?
You
Was that from
or me?
I don't know. It just says how have they impacted your life and in what way? Should I answer that?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to answer that.
Okay, then just go. Keep going.
Use one word. Did you guys ever stop liking Jonathan when Blanca and him broke up? I remember once you guys were okay.
This is tea.
How old were you?
Was arguing at our old house. Like,
Uh-huh.
You would hear us arguing?
Yeah, bro. And I would always come with my mom. I would be next sitting.
Oh
next
yeah,
to
you
my
little
mom.
freaking cheese must.
And I remember this one time, Yuli was getting ready to go to a baile, or whatever, and she was wearing that red.
Okay, let her explain her version.
That red jumpsuit or whatever. I don't know what it was.
Romper.
It was red, yeah, romper. And I remember Jonathan had gotten mad because of how it looked on you or whatever. And he started getting like mad, and my mom came in, and I went in with my mom, and she was like, ¿Qué pasó ahora? And then Yuli's like, pues Jonathan no me quiere dejar que me ponga esto.
Nah, she did not sound like that. First of all, she was all mad and
But
deep
she was,
voiced.
like, on the urge of crying.
Yeah, my voice gets
Really?
really high when I'm about to cry.
I don't remember.
Porque no te conviene.
I remember I just hit that. You got mad over what she was wearing, and that I got
No.
mad, and I just didn't like him. And I don't know when I started liking you again, TBH.
The next
That
day.
was a little.
The next day when I brought you chips.
You wouldn't buy her chips when she was.
When I was there, yeah, I would come
Really?
home with snacks. No,
I don't think so.
No, you wouldn't.
I feel
Like,
like,
we
I
would
would
buy
always
snacks,
come home.
but not like directly
You
for
would,
them.
like when Leo and Jenny.
Remember, I would always leave them on the table.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
You
wouldn't
would
give them
bring
straight to you, but I would leave like
you would
chips
be like,
for
hey, I
them.
bought this for you. You would just like.
No, I would leave them on the
Mhm.
table. Y ya no estaban ahí.
Yeah.
So I knew
Do
they.
you miss us living in your house?
Duh. I wish that you guys could live with us every day for the rest of my life.
And you? Nah.
Yeah, I would
like,
say at the beginning
damn.
it was really hard because it was like, damn, like I just feel like you need breaks from people to miss them, you know?
But like,
Like now that you
forever.
guys don't live with us, like I miss you guys sometimes. I'm like, oh, the house is too quiet. But like, let's say we would argue
Oh yeah.
and then I knew you were in your room. Or like, you know what it was for me? It's the fact that I had to set boundaries on you, specifically you, because it's when you were going through your like little, you know, rebellion stage. And I didn't like doing that because everyone deserves to be different. So sometimes you would be blasting the music. Me personally, I hate loud music in the house, right? But then I'm like, that's her own person. Like she loves music. She deserves to listen to it like that. So I would try to meet you in the middle. Like, hey, Hime, can you at least close your door? Like, and then she would like sometimes leave it open still or like blast it so like the whole house could still hear it. I'd be like, okay, Jimena, you can like, I'm always sometimes not home. Can you just like blast it when I'm not home? But like now that I feel like you don't live, you can do that peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to be the party pooper to your party just because it's with me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's fair for either of us. That damages our relationship because I don't like loud music and because you do.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we don't live together, that's not a problem and we can have better good times, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I remember that. Every time I would start playing music, I would boom get a text from Jonathan. Close the door, turn it off.
Yeah. Because it's so like, to me, it's like, why does it have to, like, why? Oh, it's specifically because she was in her freaking NBA young boy, young whatever, little sleepy. So it'd be like F word, N word, N word, F word, and I'd be like, oh my god, bro, like, you know, can we now? Like, but like I said, I don't. It's not her fault, nor should she change. I just think like everyone should have their own personal space, you know. Yeah. But if I could choose for you guys to move back, I feel like I would. I would put up with it because it was a vibe.
But I feel like now it's different. Like you're more mature too and more considerate. Antes, she didn't care about nobody but herself.
And I'm never home, so you would have more time to blast the music.
And Yuli over here, she's always home.
Pobrecita. All right, do one more, girl. Okay. Give us a good one.
Navigate disagreements in a way that still honors each
other.
No, we just start cussing at each other.
We just start fighting.
Like as siblings?
Throwing fists. Yeah, like, I feel like. I feel like for me it's harder because I see them as like my little sisters, obviously. So I'm like, girl, just listen to what the hell my mom says. It's not that hard.
I don't think we've gotten in fights like that anymore.
No.
Telling me to listen to my mom and stuff.
Because you're not crazy anymore, but you used to be a freaking crackhead and it stressed me out. Like I used to literally want to punch you in the face a lot of times.
And I just turned 25 and I stopped caring. Remember, I used to be so like, I'm like, babe, tell your mom to que les diga algo or do this or like blah. And now I'm just like,
and now Jonathan's like, the mediator. He'll be like, babe, really, like, who cares?
Who cares about
it? Just let her get the piercing. Let her do that. Let her do this. Let her do that. Just let her do.
Jonathan for letting me get this smiley piercing.
Yeah, so Jonathan is like the mediator, and like he takes my parenting feelings out of me. She's like, she's just your sister, girl. Like, let your mom deal with it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So yeah, I feel like we deal with disagreements like that. I see it just as a sister point of view and not a parent. And
yeah, but to go back to the question,
out of your business,
I feel like it's the older person's responsibility. Parent to child, right? The parent should always apologize to the child because you're older. Same thing with siblings. I feel like not too long ago, like we always say like really mean stuff to each other. We're always fighting. But when like sometimes we cross the boundary, and like the other day I did have to apologize to Magali. I'm like, hey, like I misunderstood the situation. I'm sorry. And like that had to come from me, like just having to be more mature, you know? Porque la regañé because of something that I assumed happened, but then it didn't go down like that. So then I was like, hey, my bad, you know? Yeah. But like, let's say I never took that step to apologize. Then she just she keeps that anger inside of her. And then it's like, we can't keep the whole plane being mean to each other, calling us name, because then there's like secret actual hate towards you, you know? So I would say as the older sibling, when you do have to apologize, you do have to do it. It's just the way it is because little kids don't have.
Yeah, apologize when you need to, and just be a sister or just be a sibling. Don't be no parent. Yeah. That's the end of this podcast, guys. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in, and thank you for being on the podcast yet again, girl.
This is my 80th time.
Your what?
80th time.
Oh, third. Third in 4 years.
We did recompense. Oh, come on.
We are recompensating her?
We compensated her with 7 brews, so don't you dare be mad for her.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Later.